Alright guys, for my incredible intro today, I'm going to sing the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G... I don't remember what comes next. X, Y, Z, done. Welcome back to Cave Colonization, episode 88. Alright, we are right here today. Kiln's back there, and we're right next to the banner shop. And did I ever name this? No, I didn't. But it's gonna be similar for this one as well. So, this build is in a really weird spot. That's how I'm gonna start my commentary. I'm unsure about... I see you back there. Oh, I have walked into lava. I did not see that. There he is. Alright, I was gonna go kill him, but actually, nah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm not sure about this build's whole spot. I'm also not sure. I think the door was meant to be on this side, but it's gonna not be on that side because the path is a little bit awkward there. So instead I'm gonna put it right here, and that should be fine. Yeah, so we're off to a phantasmical start already, but it's fine. I'm not sure if it's gonna remain here. I might just move it straight up somewhere else if I... Yeah, I might just straight up move it somewhere else if I don't like the position here, which will be interesting, I suppose. But that was really the one thing I wanted to mention, right? I've mentioned last time that I didn't really have anything to talk about in last episode. That was true. Wait a second, isn't it supposed to be I thought this window was only 2 wide. I haven't pulled up my screenshots already. Okay, so I just built the entire building 1 block too short, or these diorite pillars are in the wrong spot. But that's fine. So I could have had 1 extra block of room, but it's alright. I'm not that fussed about it. There's always something with me. I always find a way to screw something up. Yeah, I mentioned last time I didn't really have anything to talk about, and that resulted in the commentary being, it was a lot of me saying this block here. And I mentioned that I'm not really a huge fan of that kind of commentary, but there wasn't really anything to talk about, and the commentary in that video was like sane and understandable, which is good. I guess the video is better because the commentary makes sense and I'm not just rambling about God knows what. But at the same time, I need to say funny things, because if I don't say funny things, then how am I supposed to get clips for the out of context, Who knows, maybe my brain this time around will come up with some weird odd things to say, and I think I'm actually gonna run out of spruce wood. Actually, no, I will not run out of spruce wood. And I know this because, first of all, in my red shulker box, there's a stack of spruce wood, or actually, is there 2? Yeah, there's 2 stacks of spruce wood even. Then in a roof building kit, I think there's another like 3 or 4, so I think we're fine on spruce wood. We're vibing, we're chilling or something. But yeah, hopefully I end up making my commentary for this build a little bit more interesting than last time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a decent episode of Cave Colonization, because God knows there aren't really a lot of those. We'll have to see what I come up with. And I'm actually gonna do a little bit of roof building on camera. This is about to be insane. There's these stone bricks that form like the edges, and I get the feeling that this video might end up being kind of like the occultist in the fact that it's gonna end up being not very long, and at the end of this one there's no wither for me to kill. But hey, you never know. At the same time, this might end up being a 30-minute video. It better not be. That would be really unfortunate. And also, how would I even manage that? Manage to screw that up twice in a row by not being able to see. And that's, it's understandable I screwed up because I can't see. Are those vines on fire? No, they're not. So far the only thing that has been on fire this episode is me, and not on fire as in I'm on an epic win streak or something. On fire because I literally just wandered into lava. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick pause here and build the roof, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back, and the roof is done, and it looks like that you cannot at all see because it's so freaking dark right here. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on this building's location. I do need to figure out where all the windows go, and I'm also not 100% sold on the door's location. I feel like the entire thing should be flipped like this way, and this should be over here, but nah, who cares about that? Oh, I left the interior as a mess, so that's incredible. But alright, now I guess we can kind of work a little bit on the interior. So let's get my birch wood out and make some planks for the floor and start explaining what this build is. So this is another build where I was just kind of looking through the creative menu, looking for things I haven't really used, and I noticed that I really haven't done like anything with redstone. So I thought, maybe I can make a shop oriented around redstone. So that's what this build is. So they sell... Oh my god. Here we go. They sell all manner of redstone stuffs, from observers to comparators and flower pots and small amethyst buds, but okay, they don't actually sell those. We'll get to where those get placed later. What actually goes here? Oh right, absolutely nothing. Yeah, I've done like nothing with redstone. That slime looked like it was on fire from the arrow, but unfortunately it's not dying a horrible flaming death. And there hasn't really been any redstone components anywhere. I mean, you could argue that there's some bits of machinery in some builds, like the windmill and the water wheel, that build right there. You can't see the water wheel 'cause it's on the other side, but there was some like mechanics and stuff on it. So you could argue that there is some, that's the wrong spot, and I'm fumbling my keys, some redstone things going on, but not really too much. But hey, maybe they just haven't been doing redstone because they haven't had a shop that sells redstone, which is the void this shop fills in, you know? It's not a build I'm overly happy with, both in location. I think it's an okay build. It does look very like standard because it's just straight up a 2-story building, right? If you look on the outside, it's just kind of 2 stories, relatively small, and it's a very rectangular shape. And not a lot of these builds really are. Like that one has this bit coming out in the front, that one has the upper bit and the flat bit. This one has different sized areas. That one, you know, this one is very real life coded. It's something you would see in real life, where it's just kind of a standard house. And are those backwards? No, but this needs to be flicked a few times. And we need a lantern there. And then I do need to mine these 2 blocks and place the observer facing this way, because I want the very enthusiastic face of the observer to be visible. This is kind of just my general mood. I feel like the observer has a very distinct personality, and I believe this lever is flipped to power absolutely nothing, but hey, it's fine. And I don't know if this is everything downstairs. I think it might be, so let's head up 1 story and mine out a couple more windows. So there's one here. I think there's a 2 wide one there. And then looks like a 2 wide one here. And I think like this. And I hope I'm picking up all these blocks, but I kind of doubt it. I should really actually get the windows out and start placing them so I can see how many I still need and how many I've placed, so I can be more accurate in my window chopping out. I do only have 3 left, which is good. That is the amount I should have. But we can continue building and my inventory is full of junk. But as per typical in DB Productions build, the upstairs is just a bedroom of sorts, or living quarters, I guess, whatever you want to call it. It's you know, that. And then we have 2 corner bushes up here as opposed to just 1 downstairs. And a stunted one of those lightning rod poles, because the floor above this is made out of slabs right here, so there can be a 3rd floor. So we can't get the... I thought I had 1 spare birch planks. Is it in here? No? Huh, okay. That sucks. I'm gonna have to craft more birch. I'm gonna have spare birch planks and spare birch slabs as opposed to just having spare birch, one of the blocks. I can't remember which would be. But anyway, we have a table here, and on this table, the flower pots. So they're not actually selling flower pots. I juked you in the beginning. Well, I misdirected you when I said they sold flower pots. They don't. They're just up here as decoration. But we do have a lantern to give... Hang on. I'm hearing some very loud slime noises. Is this why? Okay, now that that brief interruption has been sorted, we can continue our leisurely block placings down, and I put this down in the wrong spot. Epic. We have the bookshelf, and not a normal chest, a trapped chest to be in the theme of redstone, but the trap is not really a trap because there's nothing for it to trigger. It's just a normal chest. All right, and on the final floor, we can knock this block out and this block out and get this and put in the last 3 very, very useful windows that you can definitely see a lot out of. I mean, this would be the only interesting one because it actually has a view, but you'd have to like lie down to see it. All right, I'm gonna start with the tripwire hook because it's the only thing that's not in the screenshot, and it goes right there. And actually, where's my redstone dust? Here it is. I need that as well. And I think that goes that into this lightning rod. Another lightning rod pole in the same place as the one below it. So consistency, yes. I'm gonna put the door in so I can pick up my shulker box. Okay, brilliant. Now my shulker box won't despawn. I mean, I could have put something else down up here, but then I would actually have to remember what goes up here. And I was doing relatively well in the remembering department until I just kind of failed because I didn't know what went here. I thought there was another block there, but you know, it's fine. That's my last lantern. Is that biblically accurate to the screenshots? I think so. On top of this is the flowering azalea, and then next to it, there's a repeater with, I think, 1 click. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I can remember this order, surely. No, I can't. I'm looking at my screenshots. We got this, and then I'm fairly sure, in fact, I'm 100% sure because I don't remember packing it. There's a redstone lamp that's supposed to go here, so pretend that's there. And it does light up because of this redstone block. But next to that, there's this dispenser. No, it's the note block, then the dispenser, and on top of the dispenser is a sticky piston. And then to finish off the attic area, we have a lever. And this one is facing this way. It's not activated because if it was activated, this would... Wait, is it going to pull these candles? No, it's not. Okay, sorry, I got a little distracted. But yeah, there should be a redstone lamp there, but I didn't bring, so I guess not. Now we get to do the exterior. The sign will go here, but I don't have a name for this build. So if you've made it this far in the video, then you can have the privilege of commenting a name suggestion, and I will look at your suggestion and see if it's any good. And if it is good, maybe I'll make that the name of the building. But there is this extra little, if I can put this there in the right spot. Oh, I did. Cool. Overhang thing, which I'm gonna fall off of. Could have sworn there was a window right there. Let me actually check to see if that is factually correct. It is, so I guess I miscounted the number of windows, or there's a window in the wrong spot. It should be right there. I guess I'll find out when I just trapped myself. When I'm doing the other sides, and if I see there's a window where there shouldn't be, I can fix that, I suppose, but I may end up just having to go and grab, I put that in the wrong spot. Of course I did, a glass pane alongside the redstone lamp that I failed to bring. So should it be here then? I don't know why I'm asking you. You don't know, but I guess that is one block farther down, so probably should be. We have the dark oak planks, stair, and that, and then I guess while I'm up here, I might as well put in the flowering azalea leaf and the dark oak fences and the dark oak trapdoors that go here. It's a pretty typical exterior decoration for me for this build. And up here we have the flower pot and the poppy, so I can put those down. Then there's also a lantern that goes there, and then one that goes over there. Of course, I failed the parkour jump. I would never be able to make that. It's not a makeable jump, because if it was, I would have made it. I guess I need to put 2 more stairs right here, and there's a lantern above the door. So I don't have a name, so comment a name if you have one. And I will now proceed to fill in the rest of this exterior decoration because I need to. Because it's part of the build, and to make the build completed, I must do it. It must be done. I think I'm going to do the spruce on the bottom first, because that way I won't have to keep moving spruce and dark oak out of my hotbar and stuff, because the bottom floor is all spruce, but the top floor is dark oak. Did I pick up that trapdoor? I wasn't paying attention. I tried to be smart when I took my screenshots and take them in the order I would end up going around the build, so I thought I'm probably going to end up doing that side after doing the front, but then I have just not done that. I've actually gone around the complete opposite way, so I've had to scroll through my screenshots more. So that was a brilliant plan. Okay, in fairness, it was a good plan. Problem is, I just didn't stick to it, and I'm missing a spruce trapdoor. Is that the one that flew out over here that I didn't pick up, or did I just... Oh, yes, it is. Did I just miscount 3 blocks is what I was gonna say, but no, I intellected for once. Oh, I thought I was out of flowering azalea. I suppose not. Okay, but that's that done, and I'm gonna get, I guess now, dark oak into my hotbar, because now I have to do pretty much the same thing just with dark oak, where it's just the fences, trapdoors on either side of the window and like that. This is a exterior decoration style that is on, many builds, probably on whenever there's 2 blocks like here. It's probably on every single one of them, honestly. There are times when I feel like being creative, and when I designed this yesterday, that was not one of the times. It was more like a, oh crap, what do I even build for cave colonization? I have no idea. And I was just looking through the blocks and decided to build a redstone oriented build, because I haven't done that. Not that there's any actual active redstone in this build, but hey, who cares? They sell redstone. They don't display what you can do with it, because why would anyone do that? But is this about to be a legendary moment where I have correctly counted all my blocks? I do have 3 acacia leaves left, which is mighty interesting, and I've put them all down, so not too sure what's going on there. I'm just checking right now to see if all the windows in the right spot, and if I did misplace one for that one that goes up there. Although it seems that I just didn't really count this build very well. Really quickly, I'm just gonna go grab what I need to finish this build so I don't leave it unfinished. Alright, I've got my stuff so we can put in the last window. Almost misplaced that. And then we can finish the interior by putting down this redstone lamp. As I mentioned, it's powered. So this is our redstone shop. They've got a bunch of redstone things, place to live, and some more redstone things. So I guess they can restock from upstairs when they run out downstairs. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this episode here. Again, leave a comment if you have a name for this build, and I'm still not 100% sold on its location, and I may end up moving it or just like rotating it maybe so it's a little bit farther this way, but instead of being rectangular in this direction, it's rectangular in this direction, if that makes any sense, which I think it does. So if you don't think it makes sense, that's on you. But yeah, that's gonna be it. So I'm gonna say thank you for watching and goodbye.